She's got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes
with the 25th pick,
58th pick, 163rd pick, 255th pick.
The Green Bay Packers select
Edgerrin Cooper.
Into the end zone goes Marshawn Lord. Intercepted. Kalen King was there to pick it off.
It's a long process that starts in the middle of the summer for our guys. To get to the end of it and feel really good about helping your football team is a really good feeling. We had a really good opportunity in front of us as we started on Thursday, and sitting here right now, I feel like we did a lot of good things for our football team.
Feel like we got better over these last 3 days. It's always the goal, bring in as much talent as possible, and we certainly added, especially in some areas that we really needed it.
One of the keys to the Packers' success is internal competition, and the Packers just spent the past 3 days bringing in a ton of it.
There it is in all its glory, the Packers' 2024 draft class. 11 picks in all, partly facilitated by a pair of Day 3 trades. The roster is now juiced with competition across the board as Green Bay looks ahead to next season. Look no further than the trenches for that added competition. The Packers went to the O-line well 3 times this weekend, including their top overall selection.
the Green Bay Packers select Jordan Morgan, Arizona.
An athletic player fits the molds of the Green Bay Packers.
Jacob Monk, Duke.
He's a snap to whistle guy. He's looking to bury you, and then he's got a skill set to go along with it.
Travis Glover, Georgia State.
We like his size, we like his length, we like the fact that he's going to be able to come in and compete.
It's such an important part of what we do, protecting our quarterback, and just think you got to win games in the trenches. So these guys are not only fits athletically for what we want to do, but culture fits for our room as well.
With the 25th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona.
Sorry. Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to open it up for questions. So we'll go ahead and we will start with Bill Huber.
Hey, Jordan, congratulations. Can you talk about the wait and the excitement of the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I was anxious the whole process. I mean, leading up to this day, anxious the whole time. Everybody asking me where I'm going. I had no clue. So, I mean, the whole process was just so crazy. And when it happened, man, my heart stopped. It was just, everything froze, and then I got that call.
Go ahead, Steve McGargy.
Congratulations. I was just wondering about the process about coming back from the torn ACL. First, had you planned on entering the draft last year before the injury happened, and just how were you able to come back as rapidly as you did from such a serious injury?
Yeah, so I was already planning to declare for the draft last year. Then ACL happened, so just had to pretty much put my head down and work. I mean, I attacked it pretty hard in the weight room, in the training room. I did 3 times a day, even just trying to beat the timeline of an ACL injury. When they told me that it was going to take so long, and I just didn't want to wait so long. I felt like a liability, so getting back on the field was the most important thing for me. So just grinding it out every day was something that I attacked.
Go ahead, Ryan Wood.
Jordan, congratulations and welcome to Green Bay. I'm curious, how much have you heard from the Packers over the course of this pre-draft process, just about what your positional fit is on this offensive line? I know you played obviously left tackle at Arizona, but what's the feedback you've gotten from them?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard from them a few times, and I'd play anywhere that they put me. I mean, I'm good at adapting to anything. Put me at guard, play at tackle, it wouldn't matter. I just want to play and win for the team.
Go ahead, Bill Huber.
Hey, Jordan, I'm wondering, I know you played all left tackle, like all your snaps, but did you do guard at the senior, but any all-star games, at practice, anything at all?
A few times in practice, just in the individuals, getting out of a 3-point stance, I'm already comfortable with. So just translating that adding that to my toolbox. And I understand the guard position. I know everything happens quicker in the inside, and I'm athletic enough and flexible enough to do that type of thing.
Wes Hodgwitz.
Hey, Jordan, congratulations. To follow up, if I can, just with you coming off that ACL, what did it mean for you to not only get back, but also perform as well as you did and being able to actually get the all-conference honors?
Wait, what did you say at the beginning? Sorry.
Oh, just congratulations on, coming to Green Bay. Just what did that mean for you, not only just to come back from the ACL, but then, perform as well as you did and being able to make the all-conference team?
It meant so much to me. Like I said, I grinded so hard. I didn't want to feel like a liability. I felt like I was leaving my team in the dust, just sitting there on the sideline and slowly healing from an injury. So I just didn't want that to happen. And that was kind of my motivation, was to get back on the field with my teammates. And it was my last year, so I wanted to do it right and play every game and go out the right way.
Mike Clemens.
Jordan, can you think of a couple of games last year that really showcase your ability to pass protect out there?
Yeah, I'd say UCLA and Mississippi State.
Bill Huber.
I'm sure you've heard the arm length thing a few times in your life or during the draft process. Is that going to prevent you from playing tackle, or do you have the confidence in yourself that you can play tackle despite that?
I have the confidence for sure. I've been playing it my whole career. It's something that is already second nature to me. I can get out there and do whatever I need to do. And then the arm length isn't a problem for me. Like I said, I use my arm length pretty well, and I'm very athletic.
Any other questions for Jordan? Go ahead, Ryan Wood.
Hey, Jordan, if I could just follow up, you mentioned those couple games in college where you felt like you really showcased who you are as a player. It's not as easy for us on the outside, right? With offensive linemen, there's no great stats, and it's not rushing yards or passing touchdowns. What was it about those games that stood out to you specifically about what kind of player you are?
Yeah. So for Mississippi State, they say that the Pac-12 players aren't really playing enough competition or the bigger talents out in the conferences. So when we played Mississippi State, obviously, I played up to that level, and I showed everybody that it doesn't matter what conference I'm in, I'm still going to dominate on the field. And against UCLA, going against one of the best pass rushers in the nation, Latu. So you can see me showcase my talents there too.
Lauren Helmbrecht.
Hi, Jordan. Congratulations. I was curious how you feel being drafted to such a historic organization like the Green Bay Packers.
I feel so great. I've been watching David Bakhtiari for a while, for a long time, actually, and following him and studying his play. So, it feels like such an honor to be able to go to Green Bay and play.
Steve McGargy.
Just wondering, playing college ball at Arizona, being from Arizona, how accustomed are you, or have you played in cold temperatures before, and just what it's going to be like adjusting to the Green Bay winters?
Yeah, the coldest I've played in was probably 29 degrees in Utah, and I already know what's going to come. Green Bay is really cold. I've heard it before, and I'm good at adapting to anything. So honestly, we're going to see how that turns out when the winter comes.
Wes Hodgwitz.
Jordan, you mentioned obviously wanting to be back out there with your teammates this year. What did that mean for you to wear the captain's patch and being able to get that, as your last year with Arizona?
Yeah, so that meant the world to me. All these players looked up to me on the team. Everybody saw me as a great leader. I led by example. I was vocal with the guys, and I wanted to get back out there on the field and show that I was a leader and show that I am who they say I am, or who they think I am. So, it was a really big honor for me to wear wear that C on my chest and be one of those guys that everybody looked up to.
Ellie French.
Jordan, congratulations. I'm just curious how much, I don't know if this was asked yet, but how much conversation was there between you and the Packers leading up to this draft?
And so, I mean, we talked a bit. I mean, we didn't talk a lot, but I mean, I guess it's how it works. I mean, I've heard it so many times from other players. This is how it really works.
Bill Huber.
Yeah, I read that you gained like what 60 pounds since you get in Arizona. How did you do that? I assume you was a focus on getting good weight, just not eating a bunch of crap. So what was the secret to that success?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm very consistent. I followed a plan. I wanted to be a starter right away. So my trainers and my nutritionists really laid it down for me and pretty much told me how it's going to happen. So I took it all serious, came up with a routine. And since freshman year, I mean, I love the weight room. I'm always in the weight room, doing everything at 100% and taking my diet seriously, even now. So, I mean, going into the league is gonna be even better.
Ryan Wood.
You mentioned a name that means an awful lot around here, David Bakhtiari, as far as watching his film. So I got to ask, what have you gleaned from all that film watching of one of the better to do it over the past decade?
Yeah, I mean, he's great with his feet, his movement. He's a very balanced player. I take that away from him. The way he moves, he's very balanced, and he has a good strike. He has a really good strike in the pass game. Really strong arms, a really strong upper body, and he can really lock people up, which is where I get my game from. I like to just lock people up and stalemate. And I mean, he's just a dog.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Jordan, how does it feel knowing that you will be playing with Jordan Love and protecting him on the line?
It's such an honor. I mean, I cannot wait to get out there and protect for him. I mean, that's what our offensive lineman is supposed to do, protect your quarterback, open holes for running back, and that's what I'm here to do.
Any other questions for Jordan? All right, Jordan, that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hey Nation, this is your new offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan. Can't wait to get to Green Bay and get to work. Go.
With the 45th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker, Texas A&M. Ashford with nowhere to go. Edgerrin Cooper got to him and brought him down behind the line.
Gonna roll to throw or no, he wants to throw. Flyman got him. Cooper has another sack.
Pressure from the back, Edgerrin Cooper, blindside tackle.
And a good tackle by your guy, Edgerrin Cooper. Man, he's all over the field.
With Ryan Wood.
Hey, Edgerrin, congratulations. Welcome to Green Bay. First of all, just what's this night been like for you in the past couple days?
Oh, this has been exciting, just building up to it and taking my time, just sitting there waiting for the phone call.
Go ahead, Ellie French.
Hey, Edgerrin, congratulations. I'm just curious, can you kind of walk me through what the last 24 hours have been like and kind of just what the last, I guess, hour has been like and what it was like just getting that phone call?
Oh, just as simple as just waiting, being excited and nerves building up and down, just sitting there watching, just as far as just staying locked in, and waiting on my time, knowing my time was gonna come and just trusting the process.
Steve McGargy.
Congratulations. I was just wondering how much contact you had with the Packers before the draft and if you had a pretty good idea they were one of the teams that was interested in you.
Yeah, when I went to go visit there, I felt a lot of energy from them, from the coaches, and the love and support from them. So, I had an idea, just talking to them, and sometimes you could just know a person is really interested in you, and that was the feeling I had got.
Rob Domofsky.
Edgerrin, they're switching to a 4-3 here. How do you think
How do you think that suits your style of play?
What was that? The beginning? I'm sorry.
They're switching to a 4-3 scheme here. Just curious how you think that fits your style.
Oh no, I feel like that's one thing about me, being versatile or being able to play in any different defensive schemes and stuff like that. But no, this 4-3 is going to play in my part. So it's something I'm used to, and just as far as going up there, get ready to go to work.
Ryan Wood.
Edrin, you're joining an awfully athletic teammate here in Quay Walker. I'm curious how much you know about his game and how excited you are just to share the second level with him.
Oh, that was something I always thought of, playing it with another fast linebacker. I feel like it'll give us the defense, a big accomplishment on a linebacker, be able to go sideline to sideline. So, having two weapons on the field like that, I feel like it could be very dangerous.
Wes Hodquitz.
Hey, Edrin, congratulations. I just wanted to ask, this past year, where did you feel like your game grew the most, specifically with what you were able to do with the blitz and just some of the pressure?
Yeah, I was just saying, diagnosing plays and offensive schemes, just knowing what they're able to do, and just maturing as a player, doing stuff I need to do to perform at a highest level off the field.
Lauren Helmbrecht.
Congratulations. The Packers are switching to a new scheme and have a new defensive coordinator. Does that make you even more excited that you could make a mark right when you get here?
Oh, 100%. New faces, new people to develop relationships with, and I'm just ready to go in, do what I could do, and know what I have the potential to do, and just do it 10 times more.
Ellie French.
Edrin, you mentioned visiting Green Bay. What was your just reaction, and what did you kind of take away from that visit? And did you get to talk with Coach LaFleur and Coach Hapley? And what was kind of that conversation like? Just kind of your thoughts on everything.
Oh, just like I said earlier, the energy and they brought to me, I felt that real good. And just walking through there, them talking to me, having a plan if they was to draft me and stuff like that, and just having that relationship, I feel like they do good with, giving people good looks at them and wanting to develop relationships with people like that. And that was something I was looking forward to.
Ryan Wood.
For those of us who are just getting introduced to your game, maybe the first thing that stands out is 8 sacks last year from the linebacker position. What clicked for you in that scheme to get after the quarterback so much as a linebacker? And how big of a part of your game do you feel that pass rushing is going to be as you transition to the next level?
Oh, it's very big. I feel like some teams don't have, second level linebackers to be able to, track down faster quarterbacks and stuff like that. And I feel like that's one good thing I bring to the table. Being able to spy or go rush the passer to get to the quarterback.
Wes Hodquitz.
Hey, Edrin, I saw your IG story with the Packers cap. Just what did that feel like to put that on and just sharing that moment, with some of your friends and family there?
It's just a sign of relief, just knowing how far I came and, just ready to step it up to the next level, and that's it. Just ready to make the next move.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Edrin, how does it feel going to such a historic organization like the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, it means a lot. I know that a good bit of that history they have there, and just all the traditions and stuff they have. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Travis Brown.
Yeah, Adrian, this is Travis Brown at the Eagle and Bryan College Station. Just what is some of the things, or what is the most important thing that you learned at A&M that you think will take you and will take with you to the next level?
Just what you put in is what you're going to put out. And just always never be satisfied. Just trust the process. Do what you need to do. And just be extra with everything, and just trust the plan.
Ellie French.
Edrin, you mentioned maturing a lot as a player in this past season at Texas A&M. I guess in what ways did you feel like you did mature a lot this last season?
You know, just studying film, all those little things, becoming a better player. You know, studying offensive, knowing what to study. You know, I thought that was a big part of my game that I got better at. I'm sorry, I'm on 1%. Might have to grab a charger real quick.
You're all good. I don't know how many more questions we'll have.
Wait, so do you need me to? You have 2 more, or that was it?
No, I have some more. I just didn't think it would be very
Okay,
long,
hold on,
but are you plugged in?
Give me 30 seconds, please.
You got it.
Hello?
Ah, we got you. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You plugged in?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pete Doherty.
Hey, Adrian, did you get a sense of what they were looking to find out about you when you came in for your visit?
Yeah, no, I felt like I was pushed a lot more on see if I was able to learn, and, you know, just doing board work and stuff like that. So once I noticed that, that was when I knew they had a lot of interest in me.
You guys have any other questions? All right, I think that's all we have. Keep your phone charged. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, put that hat on his head, man. Put that hat on his head, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Go, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What's up, Packers fan? Can't wait to get down and get started. I want to thank everybody for support and, you know, welcome me and making it feel like my second home already. And, you know, I'm pumped to go. Pumped to go. Let's get it.
The Green Bay Packers select Javon Bullard, defensive back, Georgia.
Rolling right, firing on the run, long, deep, and picked! Bullard has it!
Congratulations and welcome to the Packers. I'm going to open it up for questions, and we'll get started with Steve McGarkey.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was just wondering, the Packers have done a pretty good job of stockpiling these Georgia defensive players the last few years. Have you heard from any of your former Georgia teammates, current Packer teammates, since the pick was announced, and what did any of them have to say?
Yeah, man. I haven't been able to check my phone for real honest. I just been celebrating with my family, but I'm sure some of those guys done hit me up, man.
Ryan Wood.
Hey, Javon, congratulations. Welcome to Green Bay. I'm curious, the Packers just signed a pretty significant starting safety here with Xavier McKinney. Now you get a chance to join him in Green Bay. How much do you know about his game, and how much are you looking forward to learning from him?
It's a huge honor to play beside such a great player. I look forward to playing beside him, man. And it's crazy how things work because he was a guy that on my Alabama visit, I took a picture with him, man. And it's crazy how things really just really just surface right in front of your face, how time changes.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Ellie French.
Hey, Devon, congratulations. I'm just curious, what was your just emotions like and your reaction when I'm sure you saw probably Green Bay pop up on your phone?
The words can't even describe the emotions I feel right now. I still got feelings right now, and I know what team I'm going to, but I'm blessed, man. I'm extremely blessed, and I can't wait to get to work.
Matt Schneidman.
Devon, congratulations. How many different positions in the secondary do you think you can play?
I know I can play all three positions in the secondary. Whatever you need me to play, I feel like I proved my versatility throughout this process, man. Being able to cover slot guys and being able to cover your bigger tight ends, being able to get down in the box and get down and dirty with your running backs and things like that. So I feel like I can play all over.
Steve McGargy.
Just wondering what your communication with the Packers was like before the draft, and if you had a pretty good idea they were one of the teams that was focusing in on you.
As far as communication went before the draft, man, I definitely communicated with the Packers. They actually were one of my very first Zoom meetings, and really once I saw that phone call, me and my agent were sitting down and we kind of knew that it could potentially be a Green Bay Packer. And God just made that happen for me.
Lauren Helmbrecht.
Congratulations, Javon. The Packers have a new defensive coordinator this season. Does that make you excited about the opportunity to play for Jeff Hafley?
I'm extremely excited. I can't wait for it.
Jason Wilde.
Javon, obviously you were one of the best guys on the field in that national semifinal a couple of years ago. Can you explain to us what your role was as the star that year, and then how things changed moving to free safety last year?
As far as my role, man, just being doing whatever the team needed me to do, man. It was some cases where, as far as my sophomore year when I was at nickel, there was some cases where, I was more involved in the run game and more involved in blitz packages and things like that. And also more involved in man-to-man coverage, being able to cover slot defenders, slot receivers and things like that. As far as safety, we lost a great player in Chris Smith to the NFL as well. So, like I said, just being that versatile Swiss Army knife that your team needs, whatever they asked me to do, I was able to do that, and I tried to do that at a high level.
Kyle Malzahn.
Congrats, Javon. I guess I'm wondering, what's your initial thoughts about Green Bay, and how much do you know about the Packers after you're coming to town here?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know too much about Green Bay, man. I'm a down south Georgia boy, but I'm looking forward to getting to know everything about Green Bay. I plan on being there for a long time.
Any other questions for Javon? Go ahead, Ellie.
Javon, for those of us that haven't got to see your tape and watch you yet, how would you describe just the player that you are and what separates you from others?
Really, I believe versatility kind of sets me apart. But aside of that, man, just pure want to and passion for the game, man. I'm one of those players that's literally willing to do anything. Whether that's special teams. Hey, I'll pour water in your cup if you want me to, man. So I'm just a guy that loves the game, loves the environment, and loves the joy that it brings each other.
Any other questions? All right, Javon, that's all the questions we have for you tonight. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the 88th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Marshawn Lloyd, running back, USC.
I'll tell you what, man. Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL saying that he felt like this was the best running back prospect in the National Football League this year. There is a lot to like here. Last year, 7.1 yards per carry.
The other thing was 25 reps on the bench press. That's like offensive tackle strength. And he runs like it.
I just think, one, he had a very good start in the SEC, was really good back in the SEC. I think it's just his overall ability, not only as a runner, but the ability to catch the ball. I think he's got some return ability. His ability kind of to make people miss. He's got a little juice to him. And then, again, he's 220 pounds. He breaks tackles. So we think his best football is ahead of him, and we're really excited to get him as well.
Good. I'm going to open this up for questions from our media, and we'll get started right away. And we will go ahead and start with Bill Huber.
Hey, Marshawn, how you doing?
Okay, sounds great. I'm doing good.
Great, congratulations. So what was the wait like for you? Was it long, nerve-wracking, and what was the feeling like when your phone finally rang?
It was definitely it's just a blessing, honestly. I'm just super excited to be here as a Green Bay Packer. Definitely was a wait, but I knew exactly I was going to get taken today. I didn't know exactly which pick, but I'm just super happy to be a Green Bay Packer.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Marshawn, congratulations to you. First question, how much did you know as far as the Packers' interest in you? Did you have any clues that they really wanted you? And how would you describe your running style?
Yes, I talked to the Packers not too long ago. Didn't really no 30 visit with them or anything. I think I only talked to them once. But just talking, I definitely feel like I knew that they liked me a little bit. But it was definitely surprising, definitely getting picked by the Green Bay Packers. I'm just super blessed to be a part of it. And for me as a player, I think my strengths are just being able to create space, make a lot of defenders miss, not allowing the first person to tackle me, and just being able to be elusive and explosive with the ball in my hands.
Steve McGargy.
Congratulations. I'm just wondering, the move from South Carolina to Southern California, just how did that what did you get this last year at Southern California, and how did that kind of prepare you for the next level, having kind of two different systems you ended up going with?
Yeah, it's definitely having a coach like Lincoln Riley. I think the proof is in the pudding, just seeing exactly what he does with just the players he had and just the different teammates and coaches, different teams he coached. It definitely helped me out a lot having a really good running back coach that's now with the Chargers right now, Kyle McDonald. So just having like really well coached teams and being able to learn a different aspect of the game, just different offenses and different aspects of how a different coach teach. I feel like it's been really good, and it's helped me to where I am right now, being able to translate the new things that I be able to do in the NFL.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Marshawn, on the telecast, Daniel Jeremiah called you the best running back in the draft. Do you think you're the best running back in the draft? Does that kind of thing matter to you at all? I guess where do you stand on that?
I'm the best running back in the draft for sure, and I think Green Bay got the best running back in the draft because they think the exact same. I'm super confident with that. I think Daniel Jeremiah, he's that's going to come up in the next few years exactly of what he says. I definitely do feel like he's telling the truth on that part.
Mike Spofford.
Yeah, Marshawn, you averaged 7.1 yards per carry last year, which is a number that really jumps off the page. Would you say, I'm sure it's a combination of things, but if you were to point to the one most important thing in that, would you say it was your elusiveness, or is it yards after contact?
Yards after contact. I think that's the biggest thing, especially being a running back. You never want to be taken down by the first person, maybe not even the second person. So I feel like the yards after contact is what really matters. You could be elusive and not do anything, but the yards after contact is what, really brings out a lot when you're a running back or any other player on the field.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Marshawn, you caught, I think, 13 passes this year, which isn't very many, but I can't say I watched a whole bunch of USC film. Was it just a usage thing? And how comfortable do you feel in the passing game?
Very comfortable in the passing game. Definitely, I feel like Coach Lincoln Riley put me in really good position to be able to, not having much routes, but being very effective with it. I believe I had, like 17 plus yards a reception. I'm just being utilized in as much as possible. I played with a team that really had really good skills on the outside, a really good quarterback. So, it was just more of a, when things worked out. And I feel like it definitely worked out in the long run for sure.
Aaron Nagler.
Hey, Marshawn, we hear from the Packers coaches all the time about the importance of pass protection at the running back spot. How comfortable are you in that aspect of your game?
Definitely very comfortable. That's part of being on the running back. If you want to play, if you want to stay on the field, you got to be able to pass protect. So that's something that comes with it. Especially protecting the guy that's getting paid the most on the field as the quarterback. So that's something that comes with it. It's part of the game, and I definitely feel like I'm very confident with my pass protection.
Mike Clemens.
Marshawn, a couple of games I saw you last year. Honestly, my first impression is I thought of Aaron Jones. Have you watched much tape of Aaron or other running backs in the NFL?
Yes, it's funny. Josh Jacobs. I watched a lot of tape of Josh Jacobs. A lot of people can compare me to him with a similar build. Being shorter, but having a similar build to Josh Jacobs. A lot of my coaches compared me to it, so it's pretty cool, having that in that case for sure.
Matt Schneidman.
Marshawn, are you still going to be friends with Caleb since he's on the Bears now and you're a Packer?
Yes, I'm still going to be friends with Caleb, just not when we play him. That's it.
Ellie French.
Hey, Marshawn, congratulations. I'm just curious. I don't know if you grew up playing running back just your entire football career, but who's like a running back or someone that you have looked up to just playing the position?
Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is my GOAT. I love Barry Sanders. I love, just the way he ran, the way he can make people miss so easily. His contact balance, his yards at the contact. I love the way Barry Sanders. So that's the person I like to, look up to for sure.
Kyle Malzahn.
Hey, I'm just curious on your initial reaction to the Packers and kind of the team and what kind of environment you think you're coming into and your overall kind of outlook on this team.
Oh yeah, definitely. Watching the Packers, Jordan Love, seeing him take up after Aaron Rodgers and just seeing exactly, how well he grew up in so short time is pretty cool. I'm seeing him learn from Aaron Rodgers and being able to do really good past season. Watching, like you said, Aaron Jones, watching the other backs, watching A.J. Dillon, watching different backs there that were there, and A.J. Dillon still being there has just been pretty cool. Just seeing exactly what they can do. Just super excited to be able to be a part of it and being able to contribute.
Go ahead, Steve.
Corey, you mentioned Barry Sanders being a guy you emulated. I believe he retired before you were born. How did you end up becoming a student of his game, and just how did you end up following him and becoming an admirer of him?
Honestly, just football. I mean, just being growing up and having the love of football. Having my uncles that played the game and that pretty much brought that type of player into my sense. And then just growing up loving football, watching all the different backs. Even though they were before my time, I still studied different backs just to see exactly how how to play the game better. And Barry Sanders is the person I came across from my uncles and my stepfather that really just I think that just brought, made the game much closer to me.
All right, we'll just do a few more. Go ahead, Ellie.
Marshawn, I read that you tore your ACL and missed your first year at South Carolina. Can you just describe kind of what that was like in dealing with that and how that maybe shaped you as a player?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was definitely rough. Having it be my freshman year and just taking how long that process took and really moping me, teaching me to stay where my feet are. Take each day one at a time. It taught me to just treat every play like it's your last play because you never know when it's going to be taken from you. Those are a lot of things that ACL process took me from, and that's exactly where I am right now, just because of how well and how life-changing an injury like that can help you in all aspects of your life.
Any other questions for Marshawn? All right. Well, I think that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for your time and congratulations again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Your Nation is Marshawn Lowe here. Super excited to be a part of this wonderful.
With the 91st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Tyron Hopper, linebacker, Missouri.
Watch Hopper, the range that he has. from his inside linebacking spot.
He's really physical. He can run. His stopping power when he takes on ball carriers is pretty impressive. Very serious-minded guy. His stopping power as a tackler was really impressive.
He is strong enough to take on a blocker that way, but he's also quick enough to jump around him and make the play, and that's trouble.
And Rattler faces pressure and an unblocked Tyron Hopper.
Tyron, we'll do this again. Again, congratulations, and then our media will have questions, so we'll get started with Mike Spofford again. Go ahead, Mike.
Gotcha.
Hey, Tyron, congratulations to you. Just wondering how the night went for you. Was it kind of a long wait to get the phone call? Did you have any idea kind of when and where you were going to be drafted? Just how did the whole night go for you?
Well, I say it was a pretty long night. Just hanging out with the family, just waiting on my name to be called. But I figured I'll go somewhere around this spot, maybe late third, to around fourth round. So yeah.
Go ahead, Jason Wilde.
Hey, Tyron, congratulations. I'm wondering how much conversation or interest had you gauged from the Packers? And obviously there's 32 teams in the league, so you're not scouting all the depth charts, but it sure looks like there's a lot of opportunity at linebacker here. Were you aware of that, and how do you see that part of it?
Right. Well, I had a 30 visit with Green Bay, and I also had a formal at the combine. So I wasn't really surprised by the pick. They was the one team that I knew that was on me the heaviest. So yeah, it didn't really surprise me at all.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Tyron, can you tell us a little bit more about either the formal in Indy or the 30 visit to Green Bay? Just any kind of part of the interaction that stood out to you, or kind of what you remember most about your interactions with the Packers?
What stood out to me to most about going on the visit, the 30 visit, was basically being in a meeting room with them, and basically, like, instead of being in the meeting room with just the linebacker coach, it was all of us in the room at one time. So basically, it was the head coach, the defensive coordinator, and the linebacker coach, and we was basically in there going over film and like doing plays and things like that. So I say that's one thing that stood out to me. That made me feel like they was very interested in me.
Go ahead, Jason.
Tyron, they took Edger and Cooper earlier tonight too. I'm wondering, did you guys cross paths at all at the combine, or obviously playing in college? Did you guys have much interaction, or do you know him at all?
Yeah. I actually know him. I got to meet him at the combine, and then I met him again at the Dallas Cowboys visit. So yeah, he a cool guy, man. I'm excited to get to work with him.
Mike Clemens.
Tyron, I remember talking to you at Combine about coming through Roswell, Georgia, how competitive that is for high school football. So think about that. And then you also said you were really proud when you got to Mizzou on how that program had improved, and you had a half dozen players at the Combine. So talk about that growth.
Can you repeat that, please?
About your time at Roswell High School and your football program there, and then getting to Mizzou, and how much that program improved with 6 of you guys at the Combine.
Right. So I don't understand the question.
Well, one of the things I thought was interesting was you talked about you felt that you had the athleticism, but you
Right.
give a lot of credit to Mizzou and improvement on things like eye discipline, tackle angles.
Oh, okay. I got you. So yeah, basically just going to Mizzou and having guys, having a coach like Coach DJ Smith, and having a DC like Coach Baker, and also Coach Olsen. Yeah, I feel like they really helped me improve my game from like the the IQ aspect of football. So yeah, I feel like basically going to Mizzou really changed my life. That's why I'm here.
Jason Wilde.
Tyron, speaking of how much you've improved, what do you kind of see as your biggest strengths, and what do you see as what you probably need to really focus on improving now at the next level?
I'd say my biggest strength is probably being able to play the run game. Being able to play the run game and coverage. And for my weakness, I'd say more consistent hands.
Ellie French.
Hi, Tyron. Kind of on a similar note to that, I was going to say, if you could, like, I guess, to describe the type of player you are and what separates you as a linebacker from others, what would that word be and why?
I would say range. I feel like I can do many different things. Mizzou put me on those positions to basically highlight different aspects of my game. So yeah, I basically just say range. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like I can play the run very well. I can also play the pass and being an off the ball blitzer and things like that. So I say range.
36. He got run over. From the outside, from the inside, Evan Williams again.
The Packers just traded up in the 4th round.
Backing up again, taken down again.
And they traded up for Evan Williams. He's an old school safety, kind of rough and tumble.
He's smart, he's instinctive, and he makes tackles.
Very impressive guy, and a guy that seems to be always around the football.
We get a player that could come in here, take us to the next level.
I'm definitely excited just to, kickstart this team and, help this team win a Super Bowl.
I'm going to open it up for questions with our media, and we will go ahead and get started. Why don't you start us off, Bill Huber?
Hey, Evan, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So can you describe the moment of sitting there today and your phone rings and suddenly you got a team?
Yeah. I was just sitting, expecting to take the first few calls, kind of, just the introduction calls, just, telling them how we feel or, how, the day is going. And then, so that was I think the second call of the day. So I was just expecting more of that. And then, he says, I'm going to, put you on with our GM. And I was like, there's no way. Like, it almost felt unreal. I was a little speechless, talking to head coach LaFleur. And all of the coaches, it was a pretty unreal moment.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Evan, congratulations. Did you get any clues during the pre-draft process that the Packers were this interested in you? What level of interaction did you have with the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I met with the team at the Senior Bowl and the Combine. We stayed in contact throughout the whole pre-draft process. Had a good Zoom meeting, after the Combine. Met with, all their coaches, all of them sat in on our Zoom meeting and just, we were talking ball. And so I had a pretty good idea, that they were pretty high on me. But, again, this is, something that I've dreamed of for a long time. So, a little speechless I have no words to say, honestly.
Rob Domofsky.
Hey, Evan, you put up some pretty impressive stack and quarterback pressure numbers. How did you play a lot near the line of scrimmage? Were you blitzing? And how do you feel that'll translate to the NFL?
Yeah, can you say that again? It kind of cut out for a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're all good now.
No.
He can hear you, Rob. All right, we'll go over to Steve McGargy. Go ahead, Steve.
Congratulations. I was just wondering what made you decide to transfer to Oregon for that last year, and how do you think you kind of benefited from that year in the Pac-12 with all the quarterbacks they had this past season?
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted honestly my last year to be the one at Fresno the year before, but yeah, I had an injury that kind of held me out for a few games, and I wanted my last year to be a real prove it year, and I just figured I wanted to go against the best competition I could, and just really be in a unfamiliar spot, because I feel like that really stimulates growth, and yeah, just wanted a place with all the resources, all the coaches, and just the system to help me grow as a individual and as a player. And yeah, in the end, my brother told me a few good things about Oregon, and yeah, ended up working out real quick. And yeah, I mean, learning under Coach Landon and Coach Lapoy was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Try again. Go ahead, Rob.
Is this any better?
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, thanks. You put up some pretty impressive sack and pressure numbers. Did you play a lot near the line of scrimmage? Did you blitz a lot? And how do you think that translates to the pro game?
Yeah, I mean, I lined up mainly to the boundary this year, and there were times where I would roll down, either show a man look or show near the line of scrimmage and come off the edge. I think, yeah, kind of that variability, being able to play in the post, play near the line of scrimmage, and make plays around the ball. I feel like that's definitely something that sets me apart. Just kind of being a do-it-all guy, being able to make those plays, and when you get the chance to blitz, I feel like I was pretty, effective last year, and looking to maybe get some of those sack numbers up and yeah, just cause havoc in the backfield. I feel like that translates, really well into this league.
Chris Roth.
Evan, welcome to Green Bay. Kind of piggybacking off that last question, you said you had a feeling that the Packers were high on you. Why do you think they were high on you?
I think just my tenacity, truthfully, on the field. A lot of coaches on the staff just, pointed to my motor and just pointed to, how hard I'm going on each and every play. And so, I mean, I'm not one to, brag about myself, but I think that, and just kind of, yeah, that compared with in addition to the, ball excellence, just being around the ball and kind of just causing havoc, I think that put me pretty high on their board.
J.R. Radcliffe.
Hey, Evan, what did you learn from your brother about the pre-draft process? And I know his journey is a little different, but just, preparing for this moment.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, mainly I just learned to be patient from him, and not to take anything for granted, just to be thankful for every moment you have in the process. There's times where, it feels like all eyes are on you. You have the, an ultimate pressure to perform, but, in the end, I feel like if you remain grateful and just thankful for where you're at, and, obviously put in the work and to get yourself to that moment, then, good things are going to happen. And also just to be yourself is something he preached a lot, just to, not try to be anybody else during the whole process. I'm my own athlete, I'm my own person. And as long as I let that shine, he's, been a really positive influence on me as far as just, being myself and, yeah, letting my individuality shine.
Lauren Helmbrecht.
Congratulations. I was curious, what about the Packers defense makes you most excited?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've been a dominant defense for a while. So just the thought of, joining a defense with, historically good numbers and historically, causing havoc all over the field is definitely something, I'm looking forward to. And as well as, just the amount of pressure we bring, we're going to bring, is, something I love from a coverage standpoint and from a blitzing standpoint, being able to affect the quarterback and, kind of make things happen while bringing pressure. I'm definitely excited just to, kickstart this team and, help this team win a Super Bowl.
James from the Oregonian.
Evan, congratulations. You've touched on the process a little bit. To go back to January 1 post game at the Fiesta Bowl, where I'm sure you were thinking you didn't know what was next for you in football. You didn't have an all-star game invite at that point. Forget about the combine or any of this. To 4 months later, you're in this spot. Just the range of emotions that in this last 4 months, let alone last 4 years. How do you encapsulate how low you might have been feeling that day to how high you are right now?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say I was too low that day. I mean, we just won the Fiesta Bowl. So I couldn't be, too angry. Anytime we come out with a dub is, can't be mad at that. But I mean, just the, range of emotions from, getting hurt. As you said, no all-star invites. Yeah, I mean, it was a low, and, I feel like those moments are, what really define you, define your character. And I just leaned on family, leaned on the people around me. And my parents always told me, since I was little, just to control what you can control. There's going to be things that you can't control, somebody giving you an all-star invite or going to combine or any of that, but you could just control your effort day in and day out, and, control your attitude. And so I just tried to approach each day with the right mindset, try to get a little better every day. And yeah, I mean, I'm feeling the results right now, and it's pretty unbelievable.
Matt Schneidman.
Evan, correct me if I'm wrong. I read that your dad was on the field for Cal during the band on the field play. How many times have you watched that play, and what exactly was his role during that kick return for a touchdown?
Yeah, it's definitely, I'd probably say once or twice a month deal where we're pulling it up, and it's on some TV somewhere, either on his phone or we're seeing it. But he didn't touch the ball. He was right behind somebody that got the ball right before him. But yeah, that was a crazy play. Growing up, it was the coolest thing. Telling all your classmates that, and my dad was in the play. Like that was something that I took a lot of pride in, definitely growing up. But yeah, it was crazy, to see him on the field during that whole, while it all shook down, runs over the trombone player, that trombone is still in the Hall of Fame and all that. Yeah, that was a crazy play. Yeah, I wish he could have got the ball and show what he could do, but I guess hopefully, maybe I'm on KOR and I can show some of my moves.
Bill Huber.
I had read that you were the national team MVP, or the national team's best safety at the Senior Bowl. I know Javon Bullard was the safety for the other team. Do you know him well, and what did the Senior Bowl mean to you?
Yeah, that's my guy. Honestly, have gotten to know him a lot better, during this pre-draft process. And so, yeah, we every time we're at the combine, we're doing drills together, going through all that. And so, yeah, I'm excited to, be next to him, line up next to him, and, have that guy on my squad. He's physical as hell, and, is always, physical at the contact point. So definitely excited, to be playing alongside him. And, yeah, to be able to go to the Senior Bowl, be able to go to the combine and, compete with him and compete with guys like that. Yeah, definitely made me a better player in the long run.
Steve McGargy.
You played some special teams in college. I'm just wondering, how much special teams did you play, and how well suited do you think you are for that aspect of the game?
Yeah, that's definitely something I take pride in. I played, punt, I think, all 4 years of my career. Played a little kickoff cover, KOR. I played on all 4 phases, if you look through my film for the past 4 or 5 years. And so, yeah, any coach I've ever talked to is, told me that how important, special teams is in the league. That's how some people, pave their way and make their mark. So, yeah, I definitely don't take that for granted. Yeah, and, I'm definitely a guy that's willing to do whatever it takes, play on whatever special teams, do whatever it takes really to, get this program as many wins as possible.
Any other questions for Evan? All right, I think that's all we have for you. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you when you're here next week. Congratulations.
Good. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
The Green Bay Packers select Jacob Monk, offensive center, Duke. Jacob Monk is a 5-year starter and a 3-year team captain. Anytime you hear about a guy who's been a 3-year captain, it's pretty rare. It tells you what the team's going to love about him. He's got that strength against teams who want to try to bull rush him. He's got the physical strength. I was telling Cynthia this. I was looking at the numbers. He had a 1.66 10-yard split. That's extraordinary for a 308-pound center. That's a really, really good quickness.
He played 3,777 snaps in college, and he played everywhere. He had 34 starts at right guard. He played center. He played right tackle.
Come off the football and turn people and put them on the ground.
I'm here with all of our media, so I'm going to open it up for questions for you. And we'll go ahead and get started with Steve McGargy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I was just wondering, you made a ton of starts at right tackle, center, right guard during your career at Duke. Do you have what do you consider to be your best position or your most natural position, or do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything has just become natural to me at this point, you know. Obviously in the interior, I feel like is where I'm most comfortable at. But I feel like over the past 3-4 years, you know, like I've really become comfortable on the inside anywhere. So like that's just all natural to me.
Jason Wilde.
Hey Jacob, congratulations. It's great that you're comfortable inside, but how come you're not a running back like your pops?
Oh man, you know, I used to play running back in Little League, then I just had one too many burgers, so had to put a red stripe on my helmet and put my hand in the dirt.
Go ahead, Bill Huber.
That's funny. I've had too many hamburgers as well. So I got to ask an off-the-wall question. I heard that you're allergic. I read that you're allergic to cold water. Can you discuss what happened there?
Yeah, so before my first start, first ever game against Alabama, I got in the cold tub and found out I was allergic to water. Or no, not allergic to water, allergic to cold water. I ended up getting some hives before the game, before we flew out. So, yeah, that was just something to learn, I guess. Good time to learn it.
Go ahead, Mike Clemens.
Where are you today, Jacob? Waiting for that phone call? And what was it like? Did you get to talk to the coach and the GM of the Packers?
Yes, sir. I've been in Raleigh, North Carolina today, or Clayton, North Carolina is where my home is. You know, I just saw my phone ring, saw it was Green Bay, and the biggest smile let out my face. You know, I'm home.
Wes Hodquist.
Hey, Jacob, congratulations. I looking over your stats here. I mean, 58 career starts there. I think over 3,700 snaps. Just in what ways do you feel that experience, you know, has helped you? And what have you learned from just being able to see that much playing time?
Yeah, you know, I feel like I've just developed into a experienced vet player, you know. I feel like just going out there and not getting rattled, I feel like it's probably the main thing, honestly, is, you know, there's going to be ebbs and flows to each and every game. But staying level-headed and, you know, knowing that if the game doesn't start out right, you know, you always have a chance to make it right, you know. So I feel like it's the main thing I've learned in my 5 years of starting at Duke. So, yeah.
Jason Wilde.
Jacob, all kidding aside about your dad with my question earlier, I am curious what it meant to play there where he did, and how did it help you, you know, acclimate to the game of football in general, and then the college game, and hopefully success in the pro game, having a dad who played it himself?
Man, I mean, he showed me the ropes, you know. He always taught me as, you know, you can't step on that field unless you're ready to have what comes with it, you know. You got to play the game a certain way. You got to play this game physical. You got to play it aggressive. You got to be tough when you're out there. There's no excuses when you're out there. You got to get the job done. And if you don't, take 100% responsibility. And I feel like that's just what I've learned from him. And, yeah.
Matt Schneidman.
Jacob, this is a really dumb question, so I apologize. But what do you drink to stay hydrated during games if you're allergic to cold water? And is it a problem that you're now playing in a place where it snows during games?
So I can drink cold water. I can, you know, be in the snow and all that. I think I just probably stayed out there for a little too long. It's always been a dream of mine to play in the snow. I'm not afraid of the cold. I'm not afraid of cold water. I think it was just a one-time thing, honestly. But well, not a one-time thing, clearly. But I feel like the temperature would just had to be just right for me to sit there for that long. But you know, I'm not worried about being in the cold at all, honestly.
Bill Huber?
Yeah, back to the versatility, Jacob. There's a bunch of linemen in this draft who played 3, 4 positions, but not many like you who've kind of gone back and forth in the course of a season. Just how challenging is it to play center 1 week, guard the next, center guard, center guard?
I don't feel like it's challenging to me. You know, it was asked of me, and I did it. You know, and it was in between games. There's games where I played left guard, center, and right guard. You know, it was just, hey, the coach asked me to go slide over. All right, I'll do it. You know, I'll do whatever I can to help the team win.
Marty Hendricks.
Jacob, you're a two-time captain. What leadership qualities do you have that you most pride yourself on?
I feel like my passion for the game, my passion and effort. You know, I feel like I said earlier, you have to play this game a certain way, and I try and go out there and not disrespect it. You know, because if I'm not giving full effort, if I'm not passionate about what I'm doing, I don't need to be out on that field. So I feel like that's my strength, being the captain.
Go ahead, Jason.
Jacob, I was reading something that your quarterback, Riley Leonard, was saying about you this year. He called you an incredible human being, but he also called you the most intense football player I've ever played with. Is there a switch that you turn on where you're incredible off the field and then on the field you're a guy you don't want to mess with, or how does that dynamic work?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's you know, like I said, it's one, I have a brother with Down syndrome and autism, and he's taught me compassion. He's taught me, you know, how to be a good human being. I feel like he's taught me how to be patient with people. And also, it's like, also on the other end of the spectrum, I've had my dad play football. I've had my uncle play at the highest level. You know, they taught me how to play this game the correct way. So you have to flip that switch. You cannot go out there willy-nilly on Fridays, Saturdays, and now Sundays for me. You can't do that. You got to play it the right way.
Bill Huber?
Yeah, did you have any idea at all that the Packers were interested in, like, you know, meetings, visits, Zooms, any of those sort of things?
Actually, no. I think I got contacted one time, maybe a couple days before the draft. I don't know. And yeah, no meetings or anything.
Go ahead, Matt.
Jacob, I was going to ask about your older brother, Miles. How old is he, and how involved are you in kind of helping the special needs community back home? And is that something you want to continue when you move here to Wisconsin?
Yeah, he's older than me. He's 24 years old. And, you know, he's really into, or he's in a community called Gigi's Playhouse. And, you know, it's really big here in Raleigh. And we take him there all the time in the summer. He goes there sometimes during the week out of the summer. But I mean, I feel like that's definitely something that I would love to keep up. That's something that I will keep up when I get to Green Bay. I feel like you have to serve your community. And I feel like there's no better way to serve than these special humans on this earth.
Lauren Helmbrecht?
Congratulations. You mentioned that you've always dreamed of playing in the snow. How does it feel knowing that you'll be playing for a historic organization like the Green Bay Packers?
It's crazy, you know. Like from playing like Madden with, you know, Brett Favre, and, you know, to getting a call today to go to Green Bay is just, it's a dream come true, honestly. And I'm just so thankful that they believed in me and took a chance on me.
Go ahead, Jason.
Jacob, I know your line mate, Graham Barton, is kind of projected to maybe be a center in this league. And obviously you were the one, though, that played mostly there. I'm wondering, you know, what your relationship is with him, and then how you think your football IQ translates to the NFL, because obviously they put a lot of smart guys at that position.
Yes, sir. Graham is, you know, one of my best friends. You know, I remember the day he came in, you know, just seemed like a little kid. And now he's just a freaking beast and a monster, man. I'm so happy for him. I'm so thankful that he's getting the opportunities that he deserves. And, you know, I'm ready to see how his career turns out as well. But as far as center goes, I feel like, you know, that's one of my strengths on the field as well, knowing, you know, what to do. But that doesn't happen on the field. That happens, you know, the week prior to, you know, learning your opponent, learning what to do, knowing what could happen after the snap, pre-snap. So, yeah.
Any other questions for Jacob? All right, Jacob, I think that's all we have for you. Thanks for your time. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next week when you're here.
Thank you so much. Go Pack.
Thank you.
Packer Nation, is Travis Glover from Georgia State. Super excited to get to work up there. And
the Green Bay Packers select Michael Pratt, quarterback, Tulane.
Looking to throw, deep, got it!
We were excited. We were shocked that he was still there in the seventh. He definitely is a tough, fearless thrower. To me, that's a prerequisite for the position.
They're going deep, got him! A bomb for Michael Pratt.
Super fired up and can't wait to get up there. Can't wait to get back to football. Can't wait to compete. Can't wait to be a Packer. Hello?
Sarah, are you good?
Yep, all good.
Thanks. Hi, Michael. Congratulations. Welcome to the Packers. I'm going to open it up for questions. We have our media here, and we'll go ahead and get started with a question from Bill Huber. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, Michael, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
God, I can't imagine how long today was. Can you kind of walk us through the day and the feelings and the roller coaster of it all?
Yeah, you never know what God's plan is for you. I've just been here with all my family and friends, so just having that, support system around me. And, like you said, it's definitely been a long day and just kind of the uncertainty and not really knowing, but just kind of giving it all to God and, trusting in him that whatever team, it ended up being that, that would be his plan. And that's just the mentality I've had. And I can't wait to be a Packer.
Wes Hodquits.
Hey, Michael, congratulations. Can you just bring me through the emotions when you did get the call and just kind of what that moment was after everything you've put into this?
Yeah. I was just hanging out in the backyard. I was actually in the pool with a bunch of my buddies and family members, and my agent came out with the phone, and, everybody just being here and, having that connection with everybody and getting the call and getting to talk to the coaches and, tell me where I'm going. Just overwhelming joy and, finally some peace throughout the day. It's been a long day, but, just super fired up and can't wait to get up there. Can't wait to get back to football. Can't wait to compete. Can't wait to be a Packer.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, so what do you think about joining the quarterbacks that, Jordan Love's pretty well established. Sean Clifford's been here for a year. What do you think about joining a pretty established group?
Yeah, watching Jordan Love, I loved what he did at Utah State, and then, what he's been doing up there. I actually have a pretty good connection with Sean Clifford. We've been, kind of in touch and, buddies for the past couple years. So just going to go up there and, having at least one guy that I know, especially in that room, just having that opportunity to continue our friendship and be able to push each other, be able to lead each other, learn from each other. I just think it's an awesome experience.
Go ahead, Wes.
And yeah, Michael, with Sean, where did that friendship kind of start? Is that just on the quarterback circuit, or was there anything that kind of brought you guys together that you got to know him?
Yeah, kind of on the quarterback circuit. I'm pretty sure at the Manning camp is where I first met him. And then just like you said, the quarterback circuit, some mutual friends, kind of being in like a little, quarterback group chat with him and Will Levis and a couple guys. And just kind of, growing that connection with him has been really cool.
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, as a quarterback, who did you like watching growing up and kind of guys that you took bits and pieces from and incorporated into your game?
Yeah, I didn't really start playing football until ninth grade. I was a, baseball and basketball player, but, while I was growing up, my dad was a huge Cowboys fan, so watched a lot of Tony Romo. I think the guy that I watched the closest growing up was Drew Brees. And I think just, his work ethic, his intangibles, his leadership, all those kind of things that, elevated him into the player that he was,
how he was an asset into the locker room, how he elevated the guys around him, impacted people in a positive way. I think, as a leader, as a quarterback, I think that's one of the most important things. So definitely a way that I want to resemble my game. His mental toughness, his physical toughness, I think is imperative to being a quarterback, is super important. You got to be the most mentally tough and physically tough guy on the field. So, just watching him and, what he did throughout his career was something that was really cool growing up.
Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, Michael, the 44 starts and obviously ending as Tulane's all-time leading passer. Just can you put into words just kind of what that run meant to you, and where did you feel like your game grew the most, throughout the course of that time?
Yeah, I think, just walking into there as a freshman, kind of just the uncertainty. It was actually COVID year as well when I first got there. And, sorry, I had some people come in. That COVID year, freshman year, and, just staying prepared, for every opportunity that I was going to have. And then, finally hopping in the third game of my freshman year against Southern Miss and, doing pretty well and just kind of starting from there on out. I got to learn from some really good leaders, really good teammates, Tajay Spears, Dorian Williams, Nick Anderson, Sincere Haynesworth. We had a really good group of people there at Tulane. Coach Fritz did an awesome job, just kind of mentoring me and, turning me into the man that I am. So huge credit to him as well. But unbelievable ride the past 4 years at Tulane, and, couldn't be happier with, the relationships that I built over there.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, what would you say the strengths of your game are? I mean, obviously the rushing yards are there, the touchdowns, the interceptions is there. I would say what would you say your best assets are?
I think consistency is one of the most important things as a quarterback. I think that's one aspect of my game that I really elevate, is just being consistent, not being overly conservative, but not being, kind of done with the ball and putting the ball in jeopardy. So just going through my reads, sticking to the course, trusting my training, I think is something that's really important. I've had 4 different offensive coordinators in the 4 years that I was there at Tulane, and, they all taught me different things and, just got to learn and develop throughout all of that. So I think, just that consistency is one of the biggest things that I'd implement in my game.
Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, and Michael, did you have much contact with the Packers throughout the process, whether, the Senior Bowl or just any other visits or meetings with them?
Yeah, I believe I actually had, I've had interviews with a bunch of teams throughout the process, but I believe I talked to them both at the Senior Bowl and at the Combine, just kind of informal interviews, getting to know the people, being familiar with the team.
Marty Hendricks.
Michael, Tulane's noted for its academic standards. Just curious what your major was.
I was majored in health and wellness, kinesiology, and then exercise science minor.
Go ahead, Bill.
But I just asked you a minute ago about your best assets. What do you say you need to grow here in the next year or so to get to where you want to get to?
I think just, getting to learn from, some guys that have been there. Obviously, I'm stepping into a new realm from college to the NFL. Just taking everything that I can from all the coaching staff, from all the players who have had an experience that I haven't yet. So just being, open to that and learning to everybody around me. I think that as a quarterback, I don't think it matters who you are. I think even for Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, all the top guys, I think accuracy is something that you can always work on, always improve. I think it's something that should be taken very seriously in everything that you do, while you're practicing. So, I think just, continuing to work on accuracy, continuing to work on, the mental aspect of the game and, understanding defenses and understanding, offensive scheme and protections. I just think as a whole, you can continue to grow in all those ways. And, that's what I want to continue to do.
We'll do a few more. Go ahead, Bill.
I think half of the Packers draft picks played at the Senior Bowl, so you probably will know a bunch of guys when you get here. But what did that week mean to you?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think the Packers drafted like half the Senior Bowl guys, so I think you'll have some familiar faces when you get here. But what did that week mean to you? I mean, not that Tulane's like a small school, but it is quite a step up in competition, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think relationships is one of the biggest things in football. I think it's one of the things that's really awesome about the game. All the relationships that you make with the people around you in the locker room, what you can learn about life itself outside of football. And that week was really, really awesome to learn from so many different coaches, so many different players, meet new people, learn about their life experiences, learn about, their football experiences, and just have that connection as well. So super stoked to, be able to see who I'm going to be working with and all those guys that were at the Senior Bowl that are going to be, joining me. I'm just super fired up.
Any other questions for Michael? All right. I think that's all we have for you. Thanks for your time. Congratulations again. We'll see you when you're in Green Bay next week.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Right here checking in. Just wanted to say that I'm super stoked to be able to come join y'all in Green Bay. Got my jackets packed and ready to roll. Just want to say thank you to everybody for this opportunity. I'm coming in.
With the 255th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Kalen King, defensive back, Penn State.
King makes the play defensively again. He's going to heave a deep ball, underthrown and intercepted. And Kalen King was there to pick it off. Quick throw for the end zone on 3rd and 10 at the 3-yard line, broken up. Great coverage by Kalen King. This time he's spun down at the line of scrimmage by Kalen King.
Why don't you start us off, Bill Huber?
Hey, congratulations to you.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, congratulations to you. What is what was it? What's the day been like, and what was the reaction when the phone rang and you got the news?
Yeah, I was just sitting on the couch, surrounded by family and friends. Just got the call, and they said, "Do you want to be a Packer?" And I said, "Of course." Then, talked to all the coaches and the GM, so it was just a great moment.
Wes Hodkowitz.
Hey, Katan, congratulations. Can you just put into words what this journey has been like for you? You don't really have a lot of scholarship offers coming out. Obviously have an extended run there at Oregon State. To be able to get an opportunity now to play in the NFL, just how meaningful is that?
It's so meaningful. It makes, all them late nights, early mornings, all the long meetings and hard practices. It makes it all worth it. And, just, betting on myself, taking a chance, going to Oregon State, it just means the world to me.
Matt Schneidman.
Katan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I read that your mom was not really in favor of you switching from soccer to football back in elementary school. Has she come around on the idea now that you're in the NFL?
yeah, she's come around now. She sees all those zeros in my bank account, but yeah, she's good with it now.
Jason Wilde.
Katana, congratulations. Are you and Evan Williams going to be able to get along in the same meeting room? And do you guys know each other at all from your time?
That was a good one. We met at the Senior Bowl, so we're good. We've been teammates before, but it's funny though.
Bill Huber.
Well, since we're asking all the hard-hitting questions, have you ever had yellow or green in your hair? I realize those are Oregon.
I have been blonde. I do like the blonde. Now the green, I don't know if I'm gonna dye it green, but I would definitely go yellow for sure.
Go ahead, Jason.
Katan, you came here for a visit before the draft, right?
Yes, sir.
How did that go? What was that like? What kind of feel did you get? Because they're starting a new defense here that we're not even familiar with yet. So what kind of vibe did you get, and what was that experience like? What'd you take from it?
It was great. Me and all the coaches, Ainsley and Downard, and then Coach Perk was my DB coach at Oregon State these past 2 years. He's now there as the quality control guy on defense. So it was great. Coach Perk put in a good word for me. Me with Matt LaFleur, the head coach and the defensive coordinator. It was great, just in the meeting with the GM. They know I know ball, drawing up defenses, watching film. So it was a great environment, meeting training staff and all the trainers and doctors and stuff. So it was a great visit.
Go ahead, Wes.
Katan, looking at 2021, was that just a matter of opportunity, or was there something that kind of clicked for you, the way that you broke out there and sort of was able to build and carry that momentum the rest of the college career?
2021 was my first year on full scholarship, so I think I was just hungry to go out there and show my teammates and my coaches what I'm about, and show the rest of the conference what I was about. So I think that was my first taste of playing and starting. So I think I was just eager to get out there.
Chris Roth.
Katan, congratulations. Welcome to Green Bay. You're the third safety they've drafted here. The other two guys, they talk about how versatile they are and where they can go. How would you describe your game? Where are you most comfortable as a safety?
I'm comfortable anywhere on the field. Whatever the team needs me to do, be in the box, be in the post, blitz, guard tight ends, guard slots, I could do it all. So I feel comfortable just having my 2 feet on the grass.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, you just mentioned full scholarship in 2021. So you walk on an 18. When did you get a partial scholarship? Did you get one of those at all, or how did you get by those first?
I did get a partial COVID year, 2020, because we only played 6-7 games. So I did get a temporary scholarship for that year, but for 2020.
So you said you bet on yourself. Why did you do that? Obviously, it was a hell of a bet, but what made you do that?
Just believing in myself. I got myself so far to get a preferred walk on to Oregon State. I was starting after my freshman spring. I just had an injury going into my sophomore year, so I didn't play. So I always knew I was capable of it. I just had to go out there and show the rest of the world. And my position coach, Coach Blue, my defensive coordinator, Coach Bray, and my head coach, Coach Smith, always instilled confidence in me and pushed me to be great. So it was always in me. I just had to show the rest of the world.
Lauren Helmbrecht.
Katan, congratulations. When you think back to walking on in 2018 versus now being drafted by the Green Bay Packers, what would you say to yourself back then?
I would say just take it one day at a time. Don't look too far in the future. Just put your head down, get some better time management, and work harder.
Go ahead, Bill.
So was there a time that you thought that the NFL was really, really a possibility for you? Did you think it all along, or was there a point in your career where you thought, hey, you know what? I can do this?
I think since I was a kid, I knew I could go to the NFL. I think when we really clicked was my sophomore year of high school. I switched to cornerback to really lock in, the position I will play in college and in the league. So I've always known I could do it. It was more just like knowing how to get a routine and the work it's going to take to get there.
You guys have any other questions? All right. I think that's all we have for you. Thanks for your time. Congratulations again, and we'll see you when you're here next week.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Again, I think we had a really good opportunity in front of us as we started on Thursday, and sitting here right now, I feel like we did a lot of good things for our football team, so we're excited about that. Taking the linebackers and the safeties, and particularly two of the safeties that we took that can go play nickel as well. So really just kind of fortifying the inside of our defense with guys who I think are going to help us right away, and then also some depth. So I think that's probably how we've gotten better. So hopefully that does drive him. I think we're going to have a very competitive secondary right now, and I feel really good about that. And it's going to be fun to watch those guys kind of excel.
Well, that's always the goal, is to bring in as much talent as possible, and now it's our job to maximize the talent and try to push these guys to new limits.
He's got Jackson deep! Got him!
Doesn't matter necessarily whether you're a second-round pick or you're a UDFA. Our job is to find the best players to go out there and compete at a high level, and everybody's going to get an opportunity.
Kalen King is right there.
I'm a firm believer that you can never have enough competition. It's going to bring out the best in somebody in that room. And so I do think that when our guys are pushing one another, they're going to get better.
Hit again and dropped again.
That's what we're really excited about.